So today, having a quick look at a Stedi product. This is what they call a flood work light. I'm thinking of putting this on the back of the Parado to give me a bit of light when we're camping out and about on the back. I didn't want two lights because I strapped down on the back of the rack, and you'll see when I come to fitting. So I really just thought, you know what, one more slightly bigger light should do the job. Anyway, we'll see. The thing I really love about this is its color temperature is 2700 K, and it's incredibly light. They say half a kilo. We'll check that out, shall we, in a minute. So what comes in the box? Obviously the light in the box comes it comes with a cable connector, Deutsch plug there with an additional, so we can connect up to that. It comes with two end brackets, which I've already fixed to the unit with stainless steel, 306 stainless steel hex bolts going in there. They provide you the Allen key for that, and then two more additional nuts, washers and bolts, 316 stainless steel, to fix that to whatever you want to fix it to. That is basically it. A lot of nice packing foam, so they certainly went to town on that, which is good, and that's what you get. So they claim half a kilo weight, so I thought it might be fun to actually just check that weight out. Fix the brackets. We've obviously got cable and the additional plug on there because all that's going to sit on the roof. So let's weigh it on here now and see what we actually get on the scales. And we get 0.54 of a kilo, so 540 grams. So with the end brackets and that, I would say yes, it's certainly half a kilo. So that's the full weight of the unit. Pretty impressive. Anyway, let's start to fix it up and see how we get on. So we're just line it up. I was hoping to get it underneath the bracket, but there's just not enough clearance here, and then it's too low to the roof. So I reckon it'll go on the end of the roof rack. Yeah, pointing down nicely. So we just mark the holes. Conscious cable's going to go this way. Got the brackets, you can swap these around and get the angles and everything you need. So we can just get those holes in the right place now. Mark it up, and we'll drill it. So just mark those holes up, get them in the middle. And we'll drill those. We'll double check them, check everything's good. Yep, lights in the middle, holes are in the middle. Perfect, you know what they say? Measure once, cut twice. So we've I put a bit of rag on the top here just to protect the roof of the vehicle. Just putting through the pilot hole at the moment for the first one. The bolts that came with it are not actually going to be long enough to go through this piece here. Luckily I've got some 316 stainless longer ones, otherwise probably would have gone out and got some, but they'll do the job, so that'll be useful. So now we'll just open up this hole a bit, drill it out, and fix it in. So we'll just put this one in. And we'll just open it up slowly and fix it on. So we just fix the brackets on first, make sure everything's in the right way around. Some extra long bolts. Washer. Now I'm putting some Loctite, even though there's a spring washer on here, I'm putting some Loctite on there. Would have actually probably liked to put Nylox on, but I don't actually have at the moment. Well, there's no weight on this. We'll put some Loctite on it. Spring washer. And that. fiddly. There we go. Okay, and now we can tighten that up. Fortunately, it's a little bit fiddly in there. Didn't help get the cars under the roof. Anyway. We'll just tighten that up. The only trick with this is these things twist, but we need to just get it in nice and tight, and that should be good. So we just fix it on. Now put a little bit of Loctite on the thread, even though it's got a spring washer. Cable, I'm going to do my run underneath, I think. So we just put this one in. There's a washer and a spring washer on this. Pretty tight to that bolt. The cable, so I just got to watch where the cable goes. Well, that should be good there, like that, and that's just going to angle down. Might just give it a little bit of slack there. Yeah, it's not happy about the cable going underneath. It's right up against the nut. Might have to look at where the cable goes over the top. Yep, I'm afraid it's much happier there. That's fine, it can tuck through from above. But got to think about whether it's going to rub in the future or any movement. So we'll just put that in there. Whoops, pushed it too hard. That. As I said, it comes with its own Allen key. Very nice. Going to adjust the angle a bit later. Once we're happy, it's going to point down, obviously. I'll just see if we can get the angle right now, and there we go. So the cable will probably feed, because I've got a nice basket rack here. Cable can feed through there if I actually not going to fit through that hole, but it will certainly fit through this one, and I can wrap it underneath and just tie it underneath there, and then we get into the wiring. So my thoughts with wiring, I don't know, normally you take it to the front and switch it all there, but I don't really want to have a long cable run. You're going to have a bigger cable if you're going to have that sort of distance. Also my switch, I've got a switch is here. So what I'm thinking, because the cable run is relatively short, probably less than 2 meters, this is only 2 amps, so I can get away with, I could get away with smaller, but I've gone with 3 mil. Excuse me. So I'm hoping that 3 mil, I can maybe tuck underneath the rubber seal, maybe silicone it in underneath there, like that. I might silicone it down there. I reckon it's going to fit in that groove quite nicely. And then my next challenge is to get it into inside the vehicle without drilling a new hole, so that'll actually fit really nicely in there. I like that. So what I'm thinking of, there is a little hole under here. Not sure I want to go to the catch, but maybe under there. I can get it under there. So what we're going to do, I can get into the cavity behind there. So what we'll do is we'll take off the light switch, sorry, the light, and then we'll see what sort of clearance we've got. I mean, I could see if the cable is going to come down and the water runs down. Now the trick with cabling like this is to then come back up into the vehicle, because water doesn't go up. So if the water runs down the cable, it will drop off here and that'll be fine. So let's take the light out and see where we end up. Oh, whilst we're in here, something I haven't done a video on is my reversing lights. So I changed them for the Stedi LED lights. So you just take this off and then you just give it a quick wiggle like that, and it comes out. A little bit dirty in here. So the Stedi, probably can't see, but I put in Stedi conversion in there. So I reckon there are holes going in. There's actually a grommet there. So what I could do is come up under there, between the plastic and there, I reckon. And then I reckon I could go up. There's actually another grommet there, which fits behind there quite nicely. So I could either use that grommet or that grommet, and I'll take one of those, and we'll get inside that way. And let's see how we get on. So managed to get it through this grommet, tucked it inside. It's pretty tricky when you put it inside. You've got to tuck it straight down. Able to get my hand in from the other side at the very bottom, I'll show you in a minute, to put it through, but that grommet works well. Just feeding it around here. I'm going to silicone it on the side of the rubber strip. I didn't want to tuck it behind it because the rubber strip sits flat against the paintwork, and that'll allow water to go in if you lift it and put the cable behind it. So we'll just silicone it in there gently, yeah, and be done. Okay, so just leave the light here for a minute whilst we do the silicone. So finished getting silicone sealant in there, cables down there, and then on the inside, so it's pretty tricky, but you have to get your hand up here, push it right up the top. I'm lucky I got small hands, but managed to get the cable down under here. And yeah, so cable's coming through, goes up there, as I said, goes up that side up there. So yeah, I'll now just terminate it. I've got a earthing point under there that you can see that I'm using for my earth. I'll put in this switch panel here, so we'll just cut that all back and connect it up and see how we go. So I'm not sure the camera will show this all that well, but anyway, let's give it a go. Good spread of the light, definitely a lot more distance than I expected. Certainly a good wide spread. It's about 10 meters there to the back line there, and that's fully illuminated. I love the color of the light, actually. It's very nice. It's a very good color. So at the moment the door's open, so because the wind deflector on the back of the door will certainly cut it down when it's shut, but as you can see, it produces a good light, and very wide, and produces quite far as well. Might have to angle it down a bit when camping, because that's actually going to go a bit far probably, so I might look at tipping it down a bit.